Hi guys, it's Danny. So today we're gonna stake up some orchids because my comment section was literally invaded with one request for this type of video. And I have Chippy with me today. Let's see if he can help us. Alright, it's just gonna be us. The poor guy had an indigestion these days and I don't want to stress him out. Okay, when we think of staking up orchids, we actually think of Phalaenopsis orchids because they make these flower spikes that tend to be rather long and we can actually shape them, and most people consider it more sightly. But actually, this thing is done, staking up Phalaenopsis orchids is done because in transport and when you're growing a massive amount of them, like in orchid nurseries, you do have to have a lot of space. And for economical reasons as much as for safety reasons, they decided to pin them up. And it's sort of like a trend. But you're not obligated to spike them up. Nothing will happen to the orchid if you don't. The flower spike will just take the natural shape and either go down, either curl around the orchid. And you can actually leave it like that if you want to have a more natural look. But you do have to keep in mind that the flowers will get heavy and they might tip the pot over. Also, you can bump into them and break them easily. So it's up to you. But right now I have been asked to do a video about staking up orchids, and that's what I'm doing. About the stakes, I use the stakes the orchid comes with. I never throw them away. I used to until I got my first rebloom and I wondered what to use, and fortunately I found some stakes at a flower shop. And really, I'm not sure where you can find them. They're bamboo sticks. I think you can find them in stores that sell home decorations, and also flower shops, they might have them. If not, you can find in gardening centers. You can find these branded, maybe, plastic spikes, stakes actually, that have butterflies and stuff like that. All the yucky sweet stuff. Anyway, I prefer these guys because they're green or brown and they blend in with the plant very well. Placing the stake is somewhat tricky, but how I prefer to do it actually is to place it right on the margin of the pot, especially when I have clear plastic pots, because I can see where the roots are growing, where I need to stop. As you can see, this stake that I previously installed here is not all the way to the bottom because I have a root here, but I found a little bit of room to place it on the side. You can, if you don't see the side of the pot, if you don't have a clear plastic pot, you can try to place it somewhere in the middle between the side of the pot and the actual plant. I don't like this pot because I can actually damage the roots. They tend to be there a lot because they're extended from the base of the plant towards the side of the pot. So I do try to find a spot that doesn't have so many roots. This would have been a good spot as well. And if I do see a root, I like to pinch the pot just a bit to create some space between the actual root and my stake here. And most of the times it works. If you can't do that on either side, then yeah, go for the middle. Now, the first time you're attaching the flower spike to the stake, be careful that you don't exaggerate with it. It's very easy to break the spike off. My spike here is rather large, so it's not that tender anymore. But when you're trying to bring it closer to the stake, just make it gradually, because if you try to make it smack to the stake here, it can actually break. So gradually, day by day, try to bring it closer and closer. And it's just gonna be better in the long run. And as the flower spike grows, you can just place this thingy further up, and you can shape the spike as it grows. And when the bottom part hardens, eventually will harden, you can put the orchid pin, and in the end you can actually switch from this unsightly piece of cloth to a cuter orchid pin.